Hi, thank you for watching any video blog. If you want to live more close to nature, if you want to remove yourself from civilization, if you want to live a simpler life, maybe a simple life, if you want to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining, living off-grid, then you really should focus on lowering your consumerism. I found out that when I started to be more hostile towards my own consumerism, I found out that it was more deeply connected to civilization than I had ever thought. I found out that my consumer behavior was really time demanding. For example, I like to make music, and I have a small studio set up, and now for me it's like complete. This is what I have, and I will work with it. But when I was, for example, 25, I almost every month I had some new tool to add to my studio, like a MIDI keyboard and another sampler and a microphone and a better microphone and another microphone for this and this and this. It was never ending. And I found out that even though I was enjoying making my music, I was always, I felt uneasy because I knew that there were things that I could make my music better if I had this tool or this kit or this sampler or this mixer or this microphone or this plugin. And I noticed that it was very time consuming. When I was finished with my job, I was a teacher back then, high school teacher. I came home and I spent hours reading on the internet about new ways of improving my studio, new gear, new tools, and it was very time demanding. It was almost like a second job. And also, it was just a little part of my consuming behavior. It was just music, my hobby. Then, of course, you have to care about your clothes. So you spend hours and hours investigating shoes, investigating clothes. What is the best? What is the most fashionable? What is the best for a teacher to be in front of students? What can he wear best? And then you have to buy it, you have to try it, you have to maybe resend it. Well, consuming is really one of the most time demanding things that you can think of. And if you want to live self-sustaining, off-grid, etc., close to nature, then this is really the first thing that you can focus on, is what am I consuming, what is my behavior towards consuming, and can I stop eventually consuming, or at least lower it to the minimum. Because maybe when you want to go off-grid or self-sufficient, you need tools, maybe to have some chicken in your garden or some rabbits or other things. You need, of course, some tools. You need some wire to keep the animals there. Maybe you want to have some fruit trees. You maybe need something for this. But these are functional tools. You buy them once and then you basically finish. Whilst with the consumer, the regular consumer behavior, you just basically need after need after need, want after want after want. There's something you need because you have a tool and you need something else for the tool. And then you have your wants. You want things. You want to have nice clothes. You want to have shiny things in your car. You want to have all these things that you need. You need maybe perfume. You need maybe things for your appearance. Maybe you do online things. Maybe you buy skins for a game or other nonsense that you really all don't need. And if you want to go back to nature, the first thing that you will find is that you are basically addicted to consuming. Everything in your mind. I noticed also that everything that was happening in my life, it was a consumer problem and a consumer solution. I had no real natural problems, like for example, where's my food? No, it were all consumer problems. I want the newest thing, I want the better thing, I want to impress people with my things, I need the newest thing, and it was so time consuming. I was just basically astonished how much time I spent with this, and I really started to break down my own behavior, the behavior that I was grown up with, because it starts when you're a child. There's materialism, everything around you. You get plastic toys, you get plastic games, you get all this crap that you really don't need. There's nothing that you can not even use it. It's not functional. It's all just entertainment to play. You have to focus on this. You have to break it down and understand that everything that you're doing, if you're in civilization, is centered around consumerism, and that it is not also time demanding, but it's also, of course, very depending on money. So the more you consume, the more money you need, the more you are connected to civilization, the more you are enslaved in civilization. The less you need, the less you need to consume, the less you are connected to civilization, the more free you are. And I can tell you that freedom is the highest good in life, one of the highest goods, and not consumerism, not materialism. Materialism depresses, the materialism makes you addictive, materialism makes you weak, materialism makes you and keeps you enslaved. On the civilized system, you basically need a toy every time, you basically need a tool every time. Whilst we are off-grid, in nature you have everything, you finally can focus on nature, on your life, on your spiritual connection to nature, your ancestors, your children, everything that is important. And also your religion, and your contact with God, and your contact with any religion that you have, but you have time for this, and this will fulfill you, because this is what really fulfills you. Nature, family, religion, good food, freedom, that's what makes you happy. Not consumerism, not spending time worrying about all these things. You have to think for yourself now, how much time in a day am I scrolling on websites for things that I want to buy, things that I possibly buying, things that I have bought. If you just look every day, how much time do you spend on consuming? You will maybe go once, twice every day to the supermarket, you buy things. How much time are you spending with consuming? All the time that you are spending on consuming, you are not connecting to nature, you are not going to live off-grid, you are not going to be free, you are going to be enslaved, you are a wage slave to maintain a lifestyle that's based on consumerism. So for me personally, it was interesting that I started to, I started to lower my consumerism because I wanted to invest back then. Invest in stocks and crypto, for example. But slowly I found out that it's a higher good to lower your consumerism, and that is of course not something that the elite wants you to do. They want you to be enslaved, they want you to work for them, to sacrifice your freedom for some plastic tools, for some things that will even keep you unhappy because you are detached from nature, removed from nature. So focus on your consuming behavior, break it down, start to lower your consumerism and start your way to going off-grid, self-sustaining, back to nature, uncivilized and more free. So it was for today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.